Don't know where I'm at, but I'm happy to be here.
You're right. I'm Steven with Tobacco Cabana.
Yes, you are.
I am.
And I'm David. I'm a Texan, and I love cigars. This is the Road Show. All right, man, let's get this thing started.
Got to start with our toast.
We do. Do you have something?
Just a little bit.
You got a little bit. I got a little bit. I think that's enough for a toast,
That's
though,
enough.
right? We want to toast you guys.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you tuning in, letting us talk to you, entertain you, and just always appreciate your viewership. So we want to toast to good friends, good conversations, what we call a Texas toast. Yes, sir. Boom, boom.
That is good.
Yeah, it is. It is good. It is good. It's good to be here. Always good to talk to you guys about what's going on in the cigar world, what's going on in our life. If you guys are out there, man, drop a comment down below. I'd love to know what's going on with you, what you think about cigars, how you got into it, anything that you think we could use on the show.
Pairings, like we've talked about
Pairings,
frequently.
yeah, give us some pairings.
What's your favorite coffee beverage to go with your favorite cigar?
Have we had something on here that you liked, or have we not had something that you really liked that you'd like to see on the show?
Yeah,
Like, do that. But you know, something that you know, just let us know a little bit about your world. I mean, we're coming here telling you about ours, and that's all great and good, and we appreciate it and love doing it. But you know, some interaction. That's a cigar culture.
Yep.
That's the whole thing. Have a cigar,
yeah.
have a smoke, pipe, even a pipe. What are you doing smoking a pipe?
I'm smoking a pipe because we had our pipe event recently.
You did.
And it was a wonderful turnout. We had a great day at the store, a great day with our vendors. I looked at one of them, I was like, your table's much emptier. He's like, I sold a lot more than I was expecting.
That's great. So you
That's
had,
good.
like we talked about in the other show, he had the Texas
Pipe show.
here at the shop. Approximately 280, close to 300 people come through here throughout the day. Pipe vendors, tobacco, different tobacco blends.
Yeah. And it's nice because when you go to those shows, sometimes you can find tobaccos that have not been produced in a while. Or we had one guy who had a bunch of McClellan stuff, and McClellan's been gone 9 years. Yeah,
I don't know anything about that.
It's like finding your ghost box of cigars and going, oh, yo, wait, they don't make those anymore, or that was a limited release.
Right.
It's something you're going.
And you come across it, and you're like,
I want that.
Yes, gotta have it.
Yep.
Gotta have it. Lighters. Can't, you know, just tobaccos, whatever, you know, anything like this is a cigar rest.
Yep. All the
different
accoutrement that goes with it.
Same thing that whether we get cutters, different colors, whether it's a torch lighter, Zippo style, or 3-4 torch, you know, whatever. You know, you everything, whether it's cigars, you're going to have similarities in pipes. So you had a great event. You know, one of the things, I wanted to relate this to things that you like, whether you're a pipe smoker or a cigar smoker. But one of the things that I really liked about cigars was certain cigars that you knew you were going to have, that, you know, you could go because you really like that cigar.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it really got you hooked on that line of, you know, that maker, right?
Absolutely.
Did you know that McAuliffe is going to cease the bold line?
Really? I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah, and you carry McAuliffe.
McAuliffe.
Yeah. So the whole bold line, Sumatra, the Maduro, the Matafina, the entire bold line, which the Matafina and the Sumatra was what got me hooked on McAuliffe.
Right.
They're going to stop that whole line.
That means buy them now when you see them.
Yeah, exactly. If you go in
Hold
somewhere
on to them.
and you find something that you really like you need to hold on to them. or buy more of them. But they're just taking a different direction. Dan Thomas was saying that they're just taking a different direction. You know, they're all about the cigar shops, the brick and mortars, and taking care of us and them, the cigar shop owners, and making sure they can put the most they possibly can into their product. And they're really good at that. They're strategic. I think that comes with Dan, Amanda, with their backgrounds. Lauren, she's a different one. I mean, you go watch her on TikTok. She makes some hilarious videos. I love watching her. We've had her on the show a couple of times. But yeah, that was really shocking to me that McAuliffe, because I was like, why would you stop that? So I don't know fully yet why they're really stopping that line, other than to say that they're going to redirect things and put it more. I mean, you've got the McAuliffe A, you've got the Torcedores, which is a
great one. We sell a lot of those by the bundle.
Yeah, those. I mean, for a Churchill size cigar, at what is that, $6?
About $6
$6
on our shelf
for a Churchill, Connecticut. Great cigar. So
but we're seeing that. True Estate went through, and I won't say they cleared house, but they went, these lines.
I believe it was like 116 SKUs.
Yeah, they're gone. They're going to be gone. We saw that with Caffey. Now, his had another impetus, but he's redoing his whole line. So I think some of this may be kind of from the COVID fallout, what really sells. Because if it's not selling as well at your brick and mortar and you got in your warehouse, you know, it's time to reevaluate. Like any restaurant, you know, we only sell this side so often. Don't carry it. Replace it with something else that appeals to the audience you're looking for. And make sure you're doing it well, because they all do it well. But you know,
but that's kind of along the same lines as a shop owner. You've got to watch what is sitting on your shelves in your humidors. Is it moving or not? It might be a fantastic cigar that you love. But it's just not moving with your customers, your demographic.
When we were on the road recently, we went to a place and he's got Mildos in his discount bin.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm looking at them and going, can't keep those on the shelf. They fly off. Go to another place, he's got Mildos, and he's like, I can't keep them in stock. I get a box in, I maybe get to break open a couple, but customers come in and buy the whole boxes.
But it's like here too. It's like you go here and you'll have some of James Brown's stuff or Osok. And you go to Underground and they can't keep that stuff on the shelf.
It's just different geographic little areas and different clientele. And as a store owner, we've got to carry not what just appeals to me, Bob and Dave and Rhonda. It's what appeals to our client and what sells.
You've got to keep the doors open, and the only way you're going to do that is to sell what people that are coming through that door are going to want to buy. So, but for you guys as customers, that is something that you can always suggest to an owner, and an owner is going to take notice of that. If you get enough customers coming in going, hey, I really like this X line of cigars, and I see you don't carry them. Is there any, how can you get those in the shop? If person after person continues to come in and ask for those things, this shop owner is going to go, you know what? Might want to look at that.
We carry boxes that we buy just for certain customers.
Oh, really?
The Gran Corojo.
Okay.
We've got a client who buys by the box. So we will order those in, and we know that in 3 weeks, he's going to be back. So he leaves the door, we place the order. We know he's coming back and getting the box.
That's a good tip. I mean, if you guys are, that's
customer service.
That's customer service.
That's really what it is. It's customer service.
I mean, you're going to get I mean, not all shops are the same. Not all shop owners are the same. And that's fine. That's their business. They need to run their business the way they see fit. But I do think you guys can have some input and come into cigar owners and say, cigar shop owners, and say, you know, hey, I'd really like to buy from you this product instead of going over here or buying it online or whatever the circumstances. Come to you and buy it. And so make those suggestions that you know, a shop owner might, hey, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
I steer people your way all the time that are new cigar companies that I run across, and I can see they're only in whatever region.
Yep.
And I say, hey, if you're in the area, go talk to Tobacco Cabana, because they like to find new cigar lines and put them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's certain things. And I mean, it doesn't even, from a cigar owner commitment, I don't necessarily have to buy an entire line. I can buy a box or two. So you might ask them, it's like, could you buy a couple boxes for me? They know they're dedicated for you. They don't have to do anything. There's not any handling. Our guys know their cabinets and they know where they are. They got 3M sticky with their name on them. They'll come in, open up the cabinet, reach down to the bottom, grab them. We haven't had to do any extraordinary handling. We haven't had to unbox them or anything. They're just sitting there waiting for them to come in and pick them up.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, there's one right there. It is.
We know Rez.
Yeah. I mean, we had him on the show.
Yep.
We love the cigar. Between me, Ian, you smoked him on the set. Loved it. Talked to him. Next thing you know, boom, they're in the shop.
They're in our
shop.
shop.
A pretty good seller.
Pretty good seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm smoking the Landlord, which this one is called the Short Sale. And he's got 4 different sticks for the Landlord. He's got a Bellicoso. He has a Salamon. He has this one, which is a 4.
See the size of that, Dave?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not his normal.
That's not my normal. A 60 ring gauge. And then they have a Perfecto. And what I like about Jerez is it's the same blend, but different wrappers.
Yeah.
And different Vitolas. So if you do like, you know, that blend that he has, you know, the wrapper is what's going to give you a little different flavors. And so knowing that he uses tobacco from Nicaragua and the Jalapa region, that to me is one of my favorites. So I'm going to, well, he's got Jalapa in every one of his cigars, but whether he's using a Connecticut Habano 2000 or a San Andres wrapper, just depends on, you know, and do I like this size? This is not my go-to, but I'm smoking it today just because I got to give it a shot. But he's got the Perfecto, which I like, because it is a bigger cigar, but it tapers down. And man, once you burn through a Perfecto, the ash looks cool.
Oh yeah,
it looks cool to burn.
It's good looking.
So, all right, man. So this is some good talk, some interesting stuff, guys. Really put some comments in below and just stay tuned. All right, we'll be right back.
This in the back is probably the most expensive bottle I own. This is a Lalique Crystal Decanter, 65-year-old Macallan, one of 450 bottles.
And this is the whole case?
The whole case in the set. After once you uncap it, it has a glass stopper that goes in the top of the bottle. Absolutely beautiful. And it's part of a set called the 6 Pillars.
Especiale.
Steven.
Yep.
I need a tip. What do you have that you can educate me?
Just like with my pipe. Let's touch it up.
Well, how do you touch up a pipe?
Well, just relight it a little bit.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
I'll tap down the ash to make sure the coals are burning through it.
Okay, so that's your relight. That's your touching up of a pipe.
Yeah.
And so touching up of a cigar, This one's got a great burn on there right now. Okay.
But if it's
canoeing, or it's
not fully lit,
it's getting all wanky off to the side for whatever reason, I like, okay, if you've got a 4-flame torch, that's great, especially a 60 ring.
Yeah,
you want a 4-ring, you know, 4 torch to light that thing up. But if you're going to do a touch-up, I like that flame right there, because, and this is a double flame that comes to a point. I really like that because it'll still work on a cigar this size.
Yep.
But it will really work on the touch-ups, and you use that point to just hit those edges.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like using a razor blade instead of using a shovel.
Right.
And so I can just hit those things and not have to worry about scorching the rest of my cigar. Close her up.
Good to go.
Burning good again.
Yep.
This one didn't really have to touch it up, but that's how you do it. So touch-ups, you might want to get another cigar lighter. You got your 4-flame, 3-flame, 2-flame, whatever, but then always have a single flame.
Flame around. Yeah,
Just
something accurate.
Exactly. All right, guys. It's a good tip. Welcome back, Dave.
Man, we had a good tip.
We did have a good tip. You know, lighting cigars, whether you're touching them up, always good. I mean, those little things that make the difference.
And I want to build off of that tip just for a moment. And if you are canoeing quite a bit, rotate your cigar a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Rotate your cigar. It's not going to be construction.
turn
It's
it.
because you're not rotating it around while you're smoking.
But
it's so easy to touch up, and I've seen so many people that'll just suffer through the canoe. And don't do that. It's easy to touch
just
up.
make it, and sometimes it just takes a little bit, and boom, the thing will catch up.
Oh yeah, it's a simple thing to do. But last week's show inspired me
I
bring more.
I inspired you.
You inspired me. So the rums that we had last week were in the last episode were Texas rums.
Texas rums, yes. Island Getaway.
So we have a Cuban rum.
This is
from Cuba.
This is from Cuba.
This is from Cuba. This is not purchased in Miami. This came from Cuba through a friend. His mother.
And that is something I have not had.
And we have a Dominican rum.
A Dominican. So what's the kind of differences that you're going to see between a Cuban and a Dominican rum? Is there any significant?
Nothing really. I mean, these are both like what we talked about in the last episode. You know, 92% of your rum is molasses rum.
Okay.
So these are molasses rums.
Maybe that's why I like them so much. I love syrup. I love molasses.
Yeah, these are.
I love ginger snap cookies. You know, I love.
Now all rum comes from sugar cane, but it's how they process that sugar cane.
Okay.
You know, whether they basically process it and squeeze it out into a sugarcane juice, which comprises of, from my understanding, of, you know, and I'm learning more about rums as we go along.
Right.
It comprises of about 6% of 6 to 7% of the rums that are out there.
Okay.
And then there's a process where they spin. From what I understand, they spin that, and that's what turns it into that syrupy, that molasses.
Okay.
And that's what the majority of rums are.
Okay. I know I like them. I like things that are sweeter. I do. But I appreciate, you know, good bourbons that have some heat. I'm learning to appreciate. I like the rye. You know, I'm learning that. But when it comes to the holidays, something that's sweeter and more fun, if you will, and I view rums, things like that are more flavorful, if you will, more on the fun side.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I agree.
So
these are definitely Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's. These are your happy, high spirit, fun, creative type spirits.
Okay.
And we did an episode on the Twisted Pair. My partner Ash Red and I, my co-host,
right,
a couple of weeks ago of pairing your cigar to your moods.
Oh wow.
And I can see this of pairing your drinks to the holidays and pairing your drinks to
Yeah.
the type of moods
Yeah.
that you expect to have during the holidays
Yeah,
as well.
definitely go check out Leaf and Grain Society. Dave and Ash do some great interviews with a lot of cigar people or bourbon people, right?
And all of across all the industry people.
Across, they sit down and talk with them via Zoom. Do some Zoom calls and things like that.
We multicast on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
In fact, we just completed an episode with a chocolatier.
Oh, nice. I would. Nice.
You're gonna have to check that one
I do
out.
I do like that. So we're talking about rum right now. We're still smoking the CAO BX3, which is the one that I suggested, because of the Brazilian tobaccos that are in this that are going to give it the sweet notes. The things that we picked up on this, go watch the other episode if you haven't already.
I'm so glad that you recommended that we revisit this one with the rums.
Yeah, so now we've got 2 more rums. It's like we've got to stick with this cigar.
So which one are you going to go? Are you going to go Cuban or are you going to go Dominican?
Because I've seen so many people, friends, post this one, and it is a true Cuban, if you will. I'm going to go with that one first.
So let's both go with this one first.
Okay.
And
all
then
right.
we'll switch over and see what the
Can I
differences
pour
are.
for you?
Please.
Yes.
I'm honored.
Yes. All right. So we're going to do a splash, right? Because we're going to try both of them.
Yes. Another double pairing like what we did in the last episode.
So that, again, cheers, pro slancha. What do they say in Cuba? I don't know what the Spanish term for it.
I'm still learning Spanish, so whatever it is for good times.
Good health, good times. Good, exactly. Oh, that smell. I'm sorry, I couldn't even take a sip. That smells fantastic.
And you could tell by the bottle, the pour, that I've had this a few times already, but man, that every single time I come to it, it's like, this is good.
It's got like it's not a spice, but it's like my brain wants to say it is a spice.
Yeah.
But it's not like that spice rum we had, but my brain wants to, that's...
Well, that spice...
I've never had that before.
That spice rum that we had, if you remember right, it had the kind of that cloudiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it had it had some cinnamon to it. So it's kind of like that cooking type spice. Where this one here, it's got some spice. It's a little bit different.
Man, I'm saying this cigar, I really need to try this cigar with some bourbon too. I really do. But I am so glad that we paired it with rum, with the sweeter notes. That retro hell was totally different than what we had on the other show.
Yes.
That it was totally different.
The retro hell now is a little bit more peppery.
Yeah.
It's not that peppercorn, black pepper.
No.
It's more of that subtle white pepper that you're just putting a hint on your food.
Yeah, it wasn't like my eyes are watering, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Pepper.
No, agreed. This is nice. This is
that is cigars. When you look at cigars, I think the band a lot of times is an attraction point. Do you not think?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, look at that band. It's almost it's like holographic. When you hit the light and the greens and the blues and the reds in there.
And you gotta give it to CAO, because CAO does a really good job with their bands. CAO is really known for paying homage to regions, to paying homage to industries and such, and all of their bands reflect that.
Yeah.
When we look at the CAO Brazil, we got the Brazilian flag colors in it, the American. And
that's what this is. I mean, it's
a lot of the Brazilian, but we see some Nicaraguan and Honduran.
Yeah.
In here.
Yeah. No, this is I was really looking forward to smoking this cigar, and like I said, I held off until the last episode, and then we're continuing to smoke it with this one,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad I did.
I am so glad. I'm so glad you did too, because I'm such a fan of Brazilian tobacco,
Mhm.
and we hear so much about Nicaraguan. Everybody is, it's either
Oh, yeah.
Nicaraguan or it's Cuban or it's Dominican or it's Honduran, and the Ecuadorian and Brazilian kind of come to the wayside where they don't realize that they're smoking.
They use
that.
them as accent fillers or things like that, but this one is
This is beautiful.
three Brazilian, different Brazilian tobaccos in there.
This cigar, and you've heard how few times I've mentioned this. And Stephen, you've heard how few times I've mentioned something like this. This cigar right here is box worthy.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
cigar
This
is box
this
worthy.
is definitely a cigar that I want to keep in my humidor. I love you guys know the Brasilia, the Pilon, the Consigliere, the Pilon Añejo. If you have not had the Pilon Añejo, you need to. And now this one, this is another one that I'm like, I've got to keep this one in my humidor, especially to let this thing age some more. This has been in my humidor for at least a month. I know that. Waiting for this time to have you on the show and do this here.
Wow.
I love it when things come together, and you guys are at home. I'm sure you do the same thing. You get a cigar that you really like, and then you find a drink that really complements that particular cigar. And
Okay.
hang on.
Take a draw off your cigar
Okay.
and then blow the smoke into your glass.
Oh, and blow the smoke into my glass.
Blow the smoke into your glass and then take a sip.
Oh no. Okay. Oh wow. Wow. And it made it almost lighter. It almost made it lighter.
Mm-hmm. With obviously a little bit of smokiness,
Yeah.
which matched that spiciness that we get on
I've
it.
never even thought about. I mean, you see what are some of the drinks where they burn wood and they put it in there and do that to blow that in there. I've never even thought about doing that.
So I learned this from Ash Red.
Okay.
And we do this all the time on our shows in our Glencairns. So when in your Glencairns, it's much more concentrated.
Right.
And you really get that explosion of the aromas on there. But this is a way, and there's the reason why I'm doing this is because we were talking about retrohelling. This is a way that you can get some of the experience of a retrohell if you don't have the ability to retrohell.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that, it was just wow. Those flavors and how those flavors change is just a bomb.
So I'm sorry, I'm moving right ahead.
Never have to apologize for another poor brother.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Never.
this is a Dominican, and you notice it's a little bit a little bit darker.
it's drunker.
Drunker, and I'm not. I'm kind of curious now if this is a molasses and if this is a juiced sugar cane, because I don't know. I know that one's molasses.
Añejado, so añejo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a darker.
It's aged in. I believe it's aged in.
Dude, that's some old eyes. I can't read that crap. I don't have glasses on.
Me either, Stephen.
Not from this far away.
No.
It's called this is the Brugal 1888, double aged.
Oh wow. Okay. Double aged.
So Añejado is aged, I believe, from my Spanish studies, and Doblemente is double. So I believe this one's double aged.
That's going to be a great cigar band on whatever I put it on. I love saving cigar bands. I don't know if you guys do too.
Have you had Kim Jackson on your show yet?
Well, Kim, I haven't had her on the show, but I've interacted with her at our HERF plenty of times, and being over at Wild Cigar and talking with her about her artwork and knowing I've got a piece of her artwork. I've got a.
Can you imagine what she could do with this?
What would she do with that? How would she use that? Because there's so many colors in that. But yeah, I've got one of her Winston Churchill.
Oh, that was such a beautiful piece. If you guys don't know, and no, she's not, this is just ad lib as we go.
Yeah.
Kim Jackson, KJ Art on Instagram. She does artwork out of cigar bands, and they're just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Whether it's Kennedy or Churchill or whomever it is or whatever logo or anything, she does cigar art out of cigar bands. I've got one of her lithographs of Churchill. It's a great piece to hang on the wall.
We gave away an 8x10 of her Kennedy.
Oh, nice.
The paying homage to 262. February of 1962.
That's a different note. Definitely a darker.
This one reminds me a little bit of the dark rum from the previous episode.
Yeah, this is a darker fruit note. Do you guys do that when you're getting a drink for the first time? Nose that thing, and get it into your palate.
And one of the things about rums is that, as opposed to whiskeys, because whiskeys usually come in at a much higher proof, and because of the rye and the spice that's in the whiskeys, even with the spiced rum, you really don't have to acclimate yourself as much to the ethanol.
Oh, okay.
On it.
Okay, yeah.
And so right off the bat, now granted this is our second pour of this episode, right off the bat, I'm picking up just that mouthfeel, that viscosity, that weight.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is a thicker.
It's much thicker than this one.
Yeah.
Which I personally, with me really loving the high proof bourbons.
Yeah.
I mean, 120 plus, that's my go-to. Which is where you get a lot of that viscosity, that weightiness, those oils that are in there. And I'm picking that up right off the bat on this one here.
Yeah, that is a...
Oh, wow. And that carries right over into the cigar.
So I was trying to concentrate on doing my drink first and then doing a draw. And again, something totally different. It's almost like a raisin bread. I want to say like a raisin bread. There's no cinnamon.
Raisin bread with a nice layer of butter right on top of it.
Oh, dude, you're talking my language, man. A good, healthy layer of butter. That is real buttery. Yeah, that's a good description of it. Well, raisin bread, butter, no cinnamon, no spice,
no cooking spices at all.
No,
I'm with you.
Yeah,
and here's okay. Brazilian tobacco. Brazilian tobacco is known for its black and red fruits, whereas Ecuadorian tobacco is known for more of its tropical fruit type notes.
Okay.
Brazilian tobacco is known for its black fruits and its red fruits and stone fruits as well.
What's a stone fruit?
Stone fruit is going to be your peaches, your apricots, your
nectarines.
Thank you, nectarines. Your
Okay.
tropical fruits are going to be your bananas, your pineapples, your coconuts, and those types of things.
I got you.
Black fruits are going to be your
Cherries.
dark cherries, raisins,
Raisins.
black currants. Red fruits are going to be your lighter cherries, your red cherries, your
Okay.
strawberries, and so forth.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. Do that, guys, ladies, also. When you're, I'd love to see if you're a rum drinker. Is there a particular cigar that you like to pair with your rum? Because I'd like to know, because I'd like to do a pairing on it. And see, it's always neat it's like when we're sitting here and I say, I'm getting this. And then knowing that you're a bourbon steward, you're a wine sommelier. What level?
A level 1 wine sommelier, and I'm
Yeah.
a level 1 spirit sommelier.
Yeah. So when I can match things with what somebody like you has, I go, wow, okay, I'm on track. That's what's cool. So if you guys have something that you drink or like to drink that you haven't seen on the show, or even if you have seen on the show, and you've smoked it with another cigar, let us know those things of dude, you need to try David. Come on, Dave or David, either one. You need to try this cigar with this drink. I saw you guys drink this drink, but try this cigar with it. I'd love to hear that stuff. That's what it's all about. When
Yes.
you're doing pairings, you're just helping people try to explore those tastings of whatever drink you have in front of you.
Absolutely, 100%. We love it when we get challenges from our audience where they'll challenge us. So, look, I really like this type of drink, but I don't know what to pair it with. So will you do a pairing of this style of drink or this type of drink or this particular drink for us?
Yeah. Well, I would really like to try this cigar with some bourbon. We've tried it 2 episodes with some rum, some great Texas rums, Island Getaway on the last episode, some true Cuban rum, Havana Club here, so not from Miami, like you said, Dominican rum, and this cigar really intrigues me with the sweetness of it.
It does me too, and that's why I want to try it with a bourbon.
Yeah.
Specifically like a 4-grain or maybe a wheated bourbon.
Okay.
But I also want to try it with a Highlands or an Islay Scotch.
Ooh.
Where you got that floral.
So do you think there's a cigar that the blend of that cigar, this is what I'm thinking. This cigar has a blend that could complement so many different spirits.
There's a few cigars that I've experienced, and you know how many different types of cigars I've smoked over the years and pairings I've done. So the Mil Diaz, which we talked about.
Yeah, love Crown Heads.
The name just escaped my mind. From Luciano.
Oh well, that is crap.
Stephen,
I know what you're talking about. The gold band.
Fiat Lux.
Fiat Lux.
The Fiat Lux has been one.
Yes.
And I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back, although I will pat myself on the back a little bit. But our cigar, which I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, I did.
Boston Jimmy,
yes.
Stogie Press,
yes,
just recently rated our cigar at a 92, and then Whiskey Network magazine 2 days later published at the
I told you
November
before.
issue.
when I smoked I can't remember what episode it was. Go back and try to find it. Where I smoked your cigar, your blend, your leaf and grain, and I loved that blend. It was a fantastic blend.
So
I can't remember what we paired it with.
I don't remember what we've done so many
go back and look
amazing
for it.
pairings.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
go back. And we've done this for about 18 months now.
Yeah.
Okay, so over 18 months, we have done some phenomenal pairings over the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Go back and review some of those episodes that we've done some great pairings on. But I would honestly, and hats off to you, David.
If I had a hat.
Hats off to you, my bourbon hat. Hats off to you on this, because you have brought a fourth cigar now that I would put into the category of there's so many different ways. Because I could think because of the Dominican, I'm seriously curious about, outside of the bourbon, of how this particular cigar would pair with, say, like a double hop or a triple hop IPA.
Yeah, I
would
agree.
pair with a wine.
I totally agree with you. This cigar seems to have the profile that would pair with so many different things. Okay, guys, you know I'm a CAO person. I love so many different blends from the CAO stuff. They are not sponsoring this show, okay? So I have nothing.
And to contrast, contrast you, I'm not a CAO person. I like CAO Brasilia. Now I'm a huge fan of this one. I'm not a big fan of the other CAO, and it's just because they don't meet my profile. It doesn't mean that they're a bad cigar.
Exactly.
It just means that it doesn't meet what I typically enjoy. So where you are a CAO person, I'm not a CAO person, and I would go out and buy a box of this cigar.
Yeah, exactly. And I would buy a box of them because it's like, okay, I got to try it with this. I need to try it with this.
Exactly.
I need to try it with this. Exactly. This, oh my gosh, I've been waiting to try this blend for so long, and I'm so glad that I waited. But hats off to CAO for this blend, because this is just fantastic. Very few cigar. I mean, there are a lot of cigars that I love. Okay. Whether it's Crown Heads, whether it's James Brown, whether it's Osak, okay? But this one seems to have a profile in it that will align with so many different things. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's just, okay, this is just me. I love the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
In jalapa.
Yep.
I love the sweetness in some of the drinks and things like that. But it's just, wow. I'm so glad. This was the perfect blend, or pairing, I should say, of this cigar with rum.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm, as we've talked about, I'm curious about other pairings with us. But just to describe different palates, you tend to go for more of that sweetness type, natural sweetness, from the tobacco, natural sweetness from the tobaccos.
Yeah, exactly.
I tend to go more towards the chocolatey and the creamy and the peppery notes of it.
Yeah.
And we're getting this from the same cigar, and I tend to lean more towards the foundation. Foundation type style cigars.
Sure.
I lean more towards Luciano's cigars, which is different than Crown Heads, even though he's, was part of Crown Heads for a period of time.
Granted, yeah.
I tend to lean more towards Arturo Fuentes, with the Cameroons, the Karen Burgers, type of cigars. different types, different styles,
Yeah.
different flavor profiles of cigars. But yet here we are, both of us,
Yeah.
different palates, 100% different palates, coming back to this particular cigar.
And you're not a CAO person.
No, I won't. If I find a good deal on CAO, I won't not purchase it.
Right.
But I don't gravitate towards it.
I gravitate towards CAO because I know I like so many of their blends. So I gravitate towards them. And you're not one of those persons. No. But this cigar with this pairing and the last pairing is just fantastic.
And how different the profile is of it based upon what we're pairing it with is what's got me so intrigued on what it would do with a bourbon, a rye, a wheated, a scotch.
Exactly. I totally agree.
An IPA, a porter.
Totally agree. This cigar has so many elements. I think that can cross over to whatever drink.
And that's what the beauty of a complex cigar
exactly.
gives you.
Totally agree. All right, man. You guys really put your comments below. If you are a rum drinker and you've got a particular cigar, put that in the comments below. Tell me what you've smoked with rum. I want to hear this stuff because it's something that we could possibly do on the show. Fantastic, Dave.
I want to add before you close this out. If you have a pairing that you want us to do right here on this show, post in the comments and let us know ahead of time so we can explore that.
Yeah.
And we can bring that pairing to you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Fantastic. Dave, I appreciate it. Always love having you on the show, man. This has been fun.
This has been fun.
Yeah.
Two rum shows in a row.
Two rums in a row. Yeah. All right, guys. Stay tuned. All right.
This is Cigar King. And I am at, they don't have a sign back here, but I am at Stag and Tobacconist. Walk in. You got a huge cigar. You got 2 humidors. You go over here, you got a lobby in there. You got outdoor area out there. You got cokes right here. You got lighters, cutters, humidors, Zycar, lighter fluid. Pardon me. Cigar kisses. Some humidors, more humidors. Got more lighters.
About to start a new job.
Got a lot of tobacco in here. A lot of pipe tobacco and pipes. Thank you. Metropolitan 60 Rocky Patel, LFDs, my father's, Cuso, Pledge cigars, number 6s, more Rocky Patels, more Rocky Patels. All these are Rocky Patels. You got Olivas, a huge amount of Olivas. Christoph's, 685 Black Market, Alec Bradley, LFDs. Huge amount of Perdomos. Sorry about that, call was coming through. Perdomo, got a back room with a lot of cigars. You got the Drew Estate Acid Tower. You got a lot of acid cigars, leather, roses, Fat Bottom Betties, huge amount of Liga Privada lines, Undercrowns, Herrera Esteliz, more Herrera Esteliz, Romeo and Julietas, Monte Cristos, Harlequins, Fratello, Diablos, Punch Cigars. Oh yes, Gurkhas, yummy. Brick House, Artefuentes, Ashton's, Perdomos. Not Perdomos, sorry guys. Padrones. Love Padrones. These are probably one of my favorite right here. More Padrones. Diamond Crown, Black Diamond. Opus X's. Some Undercrowns. Aurora. La Aurora, Quorum, JCR Newman. They have a nice little factory out in Florida. Alec Bradley, Magic Toast. Magic Toast, not that bad of a cigar. The Wiseman. And you got a lot of Foundation cigars to choose from. Macanudos. My favorite are the infused Macanudos, especially the coffee and cream one. Got some Cahibas right here. So this is Cigar King with Stag Tobacconist, and this is located in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
All right, man. Another great show, Stephen.
Absolutely. Good tips.
Good tips.
Good industry information.
Yeah, good.
What's going on?
Talking about pipes again, even though this is the Cigar Roadshow, but it's tobacco. It's I don't, it's our industry of tobacco.
Yes.
Pipe tobacco and cigar tobacco. It's not the other stuff. So good information. Love that. Love the tips. Love the walkthroughs. Love Dave Yancey cigar with Leaf and Grain Society.
Absolutely.
Sending us those videos. You guys remember, send us a video. You don't even have to talk through the video. Just say, hey, we're here at so-and-so, and then shut up for the entire rest of it, and I'll put some music underneath it. Show us your shops.
Yep.
Let us see where you hang out. And we'll give you the credit, put you on the show, and next thing you know, maybe if we're in the area, we get to go stop by where you're at. I'd love to be able to. You've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, I love visiting other shops and seeing what they're doing. Them talking to us about what we do. When we were recently asked, was asking about the lounge. They've got room above their shop. They're like, we were thinking about it. I said, well, you probably won't regret it if you get your good clientele in there who take care of it.
Yeah,
that's important.
Definitely. All right, another good show. So guys, remember, it's all about the culture. All right, and it's like we always like to say, enjoy the leaf,
grow the culture.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.